Good evening, dear students. This is Mr. Abdurrahman Dawi with another session designated for solving some of the past paper problems that has been sent by you. And in this problem, as you can see, we are dealing with sectors, and I will explain how you can solve this problem. Was sent by one of your colleagues. What you see in front of you is a sector problem, and you're dealing with a circle. And in the circle, you have the PCR, or the PR is referred to as a chord. This is your PR, this is the chord. And it's also saying that the shaded area here, this is the shaded area in gray, has this, it's equal to 100 centimeters square area-wise, while the angle of the sector is equal to 30 degrees. He wants you to calculate the length of the arc PQR. What is the meaning? The length of the arc. This is an arc in front of you. When I say an arc length, I'm talking about this. This is the arc, and it's same as asking for arc length. And I'm gonna write down the needed rules or the mathematical expressions that you need for this. Arc is equal to 2 pi r multiplied in x over 360, where x is equal to angle of sector, which is equal to 30 degrees in this problem. So now what you can see in front of you, he's asking you to work out the length of the PQR, while at the same time he's asking, giving you an area, a shaded area. It means that you're gonna deal with this problem on both levels. You're gonna deal with it as an arc length. If you follow up with me step by step, the arc length is gonna be equal to what? Arc should be equal to 2 pi multiplied in r. The thing is that r is unknown for me, but the rest of the thing I have it. X, for an example, is equal to 30 degrees over 360. So I need to work out the r. What I need to find out the arc, which is requested in the problem, is the radius. How you can find the radius? By actually seeking how to find this, the sector area. Why you need to find the sector area? Because he was giving you a hint by saying that this shaded area here is equal to 100, right? So what you're trying to find is the radius through figuring out the rest of the area of this problem, and you have here a triangle. So you're trying to find how am I gonna explain it to you in this term. You have a sector, and this sector consists of two things. It consists of this area and consists of this triangle. So the sector area would be equal to what? Equal to the area of this triangle plus the area of this segment, or what we call it, shaded region. So first of all, we need to go into this form. This is your equation that you need. This is what's gonna enable you to find the radius. And we will get back to this equation, by the way. We'll call this equation 1. Now, when it comes to the sector, what is the area of sector is equal to what? From what I understand, it's equal to x over 360 multiplied in what? Multiplied in pi r square, right? This is the first part in my expression that you see in front of you here. And this is equal to unknown, okay? While when it comes to the second value, if I said what is the value of this region, we said that the area of this part is 100 centimeters square. Now, the confusing part, or what's gonna consume a little bit of your time, is the triangle itself. The triangle that you're trying to find its area, you have to use what you know as information. What you need to know what you know is that this angle here is equal to 30 degrees, and you know that this is equal to r, this is equal to r. Okay, so now what you need to do is to find out how you can express all of that in one term. So to put it shortly, area of sector is going to be equal to area of triangle plus area of shaded region. Okay, and first of all we're going to write the expression. Area of the sector, we say that it's going to be equal to 30 over 360 degrees multiplied into sorry, not 2 pi r, it's going to be pi r. Here we are dealing with, this is one of the common mistakes, by the way, keep paying attention. You're dealing with sector area, so it's going to be pi r squared equal to what? Equal to the area of the triangle. What do you know? If you remember, we said that if you have a triangle that have, you know, two sides of it, if you know two sides plus an angle, means that you can use this rule, if you remember it. Half of AB sine C. You remember that? We said that the included angle, and these two sides that include the angle, they can be referred to as this rule. A referring to this is A, and this is B, and this is angle C, which is you trying to find out the sine of it, and it's going to be the sine of theta, or the sine of 30. Now plus what? Plus 100. Okay, now we're going to try to simplify this, and you try to cancel 8. 3 has 1, and 360 it has 12. So this side is going to be equal to pi r square over 12, because if you're trying to figure out, we made this is equal to 1 over 12 multiplied in pi r square. So this is the expression. It's going to be pi r square over 12 equal to what? Equal to half multiplied in what? AB. AB, if you remember, they are the same as r, right? They are referring to the radius, because look at the drawing here. These two sides, as you can see, they start from the middle, they start from C, and they extend until they reach the circumference of the circle. So what is the meaning of that? It means that our triangle has two of its sides as a radius, and they are equal to each other. So at least this triangle is gonna be isosceles. Okay, so I'm trying to give you hints about how you can simplify things by using the visual representation or information that you have in front of you. So it's going to be half AB, and you said AB is going to be A is an R, and B is going to be an R, which is R squared. But I'm trying to simplify things to you. Multiplied and sine 30 degrees plus 100. Now this is our expression here. Remember, everything that we're trying to do right now is trying to figure out the radius. Now we're gonna try to simplify this into more terms. This is gonna be pi r squared over 12 equal half multiplied in r squared, half multiplied in r squared, since I have two r's, multiplied in sine 30. Sine 30 is equal to half, which means that I'm gonna multiply in half, plus 100. Now the pi r squared over 12 equal to what? Half multiplied by half is gonna be what? It's gonna be 1 over 4. So it's gonna be equal to r squared over 4 plus 100. Now this is what I reached so far. Now you try to make everything that consists of r radius into one side, while the other side has the integers or the whole number. So we're gonna flip sides here, and we're gonna change the location of this fraction, so with a minus. So it's gonna be pi r squared over 12 minus r squared over 4 equal 100. I try to unify the denominators right now. So I'm gonna multiply this in 3 and this in 3. So I'm gonna have pi r squared minus 3r squared over 12 equal 100. And now I'm gonna multiply these two because this is how I teach you to do it. So pi r squared minus 3r squared equal 1200 because we multiplied the 12 with the 100. Now, since I know that the pi represents 3.114 minus 3, I know that 3 minus is going to be equal to 0.14. So what's going to happen now is that 3.14 pi squared minus 3, and don't forget the r squared actually, minus 3 r squared equal to 1200. So the 0.14, okay, 0.4 going to be equal, multiplied with r squared equal to 1200. It means the r squared is equal to 1200 divided by 0 multiplied by divided by 0.14. And when you do a division for this, you're gonna have a value of, I think you're gonna have something around 8,000. I'm gonna just double check the value that I have in front of me. So it's gonna be 8,000, but I just need to double check. 1,200 divided by 0. This is gonna be equal to 8,571.4. This is the r squared. So when I want the r, it's gonna be the square root of this amount. I will try to find the square root of this quickly. So the square root of it is gonna be equal to 92.6. It's gonna be equal to 92.6 what? Centimeter. This is your radius, okay? So now, since this is your radius, now let's bring the rule of the arc here. I don't want to waste your time by scrolling up. We said that the arc length that we're trying to figure is equal to what? 2x over 360 multiplied in 2 pi r. So it's going to be equal to 30 over 360 multiplied in 2 multiplied in 3.14, which is the pi, multiplied in r, which is going to be 92.6. When you do the calculation, this is gonna be 2 over 12 multiplied in 3.14. I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible to you understand how you can calculate this. So it's gonna be equal to it's going to be equal to 48.5. It's going to be equal to 48.5 centimeter, and that is your answer, okay? And remember another thing, the question saying 3 significant figures, if I'm correct. The question, pay attention to this kind of details in the past paper. 3 significant figures. So when he says 3 significant figures, it means that you have your answer should have 3 digits. And this problem was solved. See you in next videos.